We're posting a new video soon. I want to talk to you guys about how I'm completely rethinking my social media strategy, where I stream to, how multi-streaming works, where I post things. The landscape has changed considerably. But it doesn't change the fact that if you want to grow on Twitch or on any live streaming platform, you have to make content everywhere. And so today, Dustin, who you guys know, he's the one who makes these videos look super pretty, Dustin's gonna help you do that a little bit easier. Dustin's got a long list of plugins that he uses to make these videos look amazing. And some of them are free, and some of them he uses every single video. So he's gonna share 5 of his favorite free plugins that he uses to make editing better, to make it prettier, to make it easier, to make it faster, all the things that you want a plugin to do. So just take it away.
Thanks, Harris. Let's go ahead and...
Hold on, actually, sorry, Dustin, I need 30 more seconds. I forgot to let the audience know the fastest and easiest way to set up a live stream with our sponsor, 𝘴𝘺.pro. With 𝘴𝘺.pro, you have access to over 10,000 design elements that you can completely customize to create your own stream style, no matter how unique you want your stream to look. You can even take their pre-made overlays and change the color of them to fit your style and your branding, which is really cool. The setup is super fast and easy, where you can create a complete stream package in seconds with alerts, widgets, and labels added automatically. Upload your own assets, access their massive widget library, create elements from scratch. 𝘴𝘺.pro is the easy and fast way to get started live streaming. So I'll put a link to that in the description down below. Now it's your turn, Dustin.
I'm actually glad you did, because I needed a drink before we got started on this video. Fun little fact, in 1 more month, I will have been here for 2 years editing these videos. And yes, over that 2 years, I constantly am doing research on useful plugins that not only speed up my workflow in Davinci Resolve, but also make your footage look pretty. Yes, the last plugin I'm going to talk about is actually active on the footage right now. So let me know if you spot what it is before I reach the last plugin. The big disclaimer I have to tell you before you download any of these plugins, though, is that some of them may only work in the studio version of Davinci Resolve. I know, I'm sorry, but I promise that the studio version of Resolve is 100% worth it. It costs $295, one time, no subscription, or just don't buy your coffee or Starbucks every day for a month and you'll have enough. Or just put it on a credit card in true American fashion. Let's dive into the first plugin, which is one called 𝘴𝘺𝘴𝑚𝑠 by 𝘴𝘴_𝘺, which is automatic animated captions in Davinci Resolve. You heard that right. Resolve can create captions automatically. The only problem, you couldn't add animations or really customize the text because it was creating a caption layer, not a text layer, essentially. So what 𝘴𝘺𝘴𝑚𝑠 does is it takes your subtitle track you create and automatically converts it into a text plus track. This allows for full customization. You can adjust fonts, colors, sizes, animations, and even add motion effects. One standout feature of 𝘴𝘺𝘴𝑚𝑠 is its smart folder system. So basically, you can create and save your own caption templates for consistent styling across multiple projects. So once you create a style you like, you can save that as a template, and even when you go into another project, it's super easy to use that template you created. One thing I will mention is the first time using it and setting it up, it may feel like this is a lot of work, which it actually kind of used to be a lot of work. Since his latest update, once you set it up for the first time, it becomes much quicker the next time you need to create captions. So just remember that when you are first setting it up. 𝘴𝘴 has created a detailed tutorial that walks you through installation, setup, and even tips for creating and saving your own caption styles. I've linked that video in the description below, so be sure to check it out if you want a step-by-step guide from the expert. I know how important creating captions quickly, easily, and in a non-tedious way is, so you don't pull your hair out of your head creating and animating them manually. I wish this plugin would have came earlier, but that's why this free plugin is my #1 pick. Also, as a little bonus, this plugin is not free, but it's also from 𝘴𝘴_𝘺, and it's called SnapPod, which essentially automatically edits your podcast in Davinci Resolve. So I'll link that below as well if you're interested in checking that out, because Resolve users have also needed an automatic podcast editor. Now, plugin number 1 is going to be hard to top, but I got another one for you that honestly, for me, I use in a ton of videos. It's called Highlight Window by 𝘴𝘴𝘺. When I first started working here, Harris was always like, yo, can you do like a highlight box thing over this? How about over here? Probably here too. I honestly have still not found another plugin that can do this as quickly and easily. I would pay money for it, so it's crazy that this one is free. The way it works is you drag the effect above the clip you want to call out something, and just turn on this Fusion overlay, drag the box over what you want to highlight. Very important to turn off this preview window, and boom. I like to customize it to feel a bit more snappy also, depending on what I'm calling out. I'll change where it pivots to flow better, if that makes sense as well. Oh, and you can even change the background blur and shading of the background to emphasize more whatever you're calling out. I do wish he'd add a way to do a little like animated ring or something around the edge of like whatever you highlight, or for it to do some kind of like light streak or whatever you're highlighting. That'd be next level. So if you see this video, Jake, make that as a pro version or something, because I'd buy it instantly. Oh, and when you download the plugin too, it actually comes in a little bundle. There's a few other bonus plugins I'm not going to cover in this video because this is definitely the most unique one in the pack, in my opinion. Jake has a detailed tutorial that walks you through the installation process and demonstrates various use cases for the plugin as well. And so that'll be in the description. Let's move on to the next plugin, which comes from someone we know and love from the last video, and that is Mr. Alex Tech's Magic Zoom. Since that video I did on this channel almost 2 years ago now, he has a updated Magic Zoom to be faster, smoother, more customizable, and just better in every way. Basically though, if you hate manually keyframing zooms or find the dynamic zoom in Davinci Resolve not very customizable, you literally need this plugin. You can customize the zoom direction, speed, and intensity directly within the inspector panel on the edit tab, because I know you guys are probably afraid of going into the Fusion tab. I'm just allergic, not afraid. It gives me nightmares. Okay, really, I just hate going in there because of the years of using After Effects and using layers instead of nodes has made it really hard for my brain to just stop approaching everything as if it was a layer workflow instead of a node workflow. And I don't know, maybe these plugins are preventing me from grasping the concept. They're like enabling me, if that makes sense, because it also includes a 3D-like effect with pitch and yaw controls. You can even add nice and smooth motion blur to your zooms. Ever since I started working for Harris and discovered this plugin, I don't know if there's been a video I haven't used it actually, at least once, probably more than once in a video. I've definitely toned it back, but that just shows how useful it is. As a little bonus as well for you pros out there like me, if you're looking for even more advanced features, there's a pro version available that costs like $30. So less than a week of not buying Starbucks that offers additional capabilities and even a bunch of very useful presets that I use all the time. Of course, I'll have a link below to Mr. Alex Tech's video to see Magic Zoom in action and get a step-by-step guide on how to use it. This next plugin is going to be a lifesaver for you YouTube gaming content creators, and also comes from a creator we know and love from the last video, Patrick Sterling. And it is his Picture-in-Picture Pro plugin. Essentially, it takes the hassle out of setting up a picture-in-picture effects. So like putting your main cam over your gameplay, or putting your gameplay over your main cam in your YouTube videos. You can quickly change the position, scale, and customize your picture-in-picture layer directly in the edit page. No need for manual keyframing or jumping between Fusion, and edit pages. It just makes it easy peasy. Patrick has his own video going more in depth with this plugin, along with tips for getting the most out of it, so don't forget to check that out. Finally, we have our last plugin, which is more for you pros or artsy people out there. And like I mentioned in the beginning, it's actually been applied to the footage this entire video. It's subtle, huh? Let me know down in the comments if you know what it is. I had to throw this one in there because it's one of my favorite plugins I love using, not only in these videos, but also in my videos and videos I do outside of YouTube. Speaking about my channel, by the way, because it's mostly about using Lumix cameras, if you're a Lumix user and you're looking to learn more about your camera, maybe to the point where you could do some freelance work yourself, I have an online course I launched at the beginning of this year with already over 100 members. There's over 2 hours of content currently teaching you the video settings on your Lumix camera, but the photography section is actually launching hopefully by the end of this week, beginning of February. And guess what? Any future videos I create and add to the course are included with your purchase, so you get lifetime access to a growing library of videos, not just what's currently there. I'll have a link in the description if you have any interest. So to explain what this plugin does, have you ever seen one of these? It's called a mist filter. Essentially, it screws onto the front of your lens like so, and it does this to your footage. I'm going to toggle the effect on and off so you can see the difference. It'll kind of soften the entire image and also kind of bloom your highlights. And this is probably blooming back here as well. That's why I added this light there. I usually don't put it there, but I wanted to be able to point it out there. It just kind of makes it pop. You know, this is made by a creator named 𝘴𝘺, and it's not complicated to use, but it does require a bit more exploration, let's say, if you are not used to going into the color tab of Davinci Resolve. It's essentially drag and drop though, and 𝘴𝘺 has a very detailed video explaining the advantages to using this plugin over like physical mist filters like this one. Biggest reason is that they're expensive. This one cost over $100. Or less than 2 weeks of. 𝘴𝘺 also has a paid version that includes a bunch more fancy artsy plugins, and when you buy it, it even includes like a course on how to use the plugins. So like insane value if you decide to pick them up. I did, just so you know, and I love having these plugins added to my arsenal of tools that I could use. And there you have it, my top 5 free plugins for Davinci Resolve. Let me know which one interests you the most. Did all of them? Or did just one of them? Or did I completely waste your time because you're a nerd like me and you already knew about all of these? If you are a nerd, then maybe you should nerd out with me on my videos. I'll have a link below if you feel like coming over to my channel. I won't tattle on you to Harris if I see you there, so don't worry. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Subscribe, and what does Harris say? As always, happy streaming or editing or filming, whatever. You get it.